What's up, people? Pags here at MEI Studio. We have another new company this time that came to market around the same time as Rode. Another story of perseverance and persistence. Today, we're looking at SE Electronics. Siwei Zhao was born in Shanghai, China during the days of Chairman Mao. His mother was a doctor and his father was an artist, and he was among those rounded up during the Cultural Revolution of China and sent to prison for simply being an artist. During this time, anything deemed not purely Chinese was pretty much forbidden. Those that were creative types or highly educated were just jailed. Western music was certainly forbidden and deprived Chinese citizens access to that art form. However, Siwei was able to find a professor and was able to learn about Western music and culture privately without the state being any wiser. Mao Zedong would die in September of 1976. His successor, Hua Guofang, would start to clean up the economic mess that Chairman Mao left behind, but it wasn't until Deng Xiaoping took over that the reversal of the Cultural Revolution would really start to move forward. This was at the end of 1978 into 1979, and it was after that Western ideas were able to be reintroduced. This allowed Siwei to further his musical studies as a bassoon player and as a composer and orchestral conductor. Eventually, he was invited to Cal State's music department in the US as a scholar, and his life would forever change. Here, he was able to expand his love of both music and artistic design and combine them into designing, of all things, microphones. He became a professor at Sonoma State and later returned to China. After using some Chinese-made microphones, which were highly regarded by his peers, he noticed that there was a vast inconsistency with these mics. He felt that with a focus on producing hand-built, highly quality-controlled, and consistent microphones, he could put out a better product. SE was about to make an impact on the market, much the same that Rode did, and about at the same time. SE hit the market in the year 2000 with high-quality, low-priced microphones and accessories. SE was one of, if not the first company to introduce studios to the idea of the reflection filter, which we've used in our studio for many years, and yes, they actually do work if you use them correctly. Later on, Siwei would partner up with Rupert Neve to create some unique tube condenser microphones that rival some high-end European mics, both in sound and price. The R&T tube mic retails for around $2,800 USD. That's some serious Neumann territory right there. The company would also bring to market other products like an inline preamp that looks like a stick of dynamite called the DM1 Dynamite and another blue version called the TNT, amongst others. A whole slew of large diaphragm mics, small diaphragm mics, some dynamic mics, and a really unique looking ribbon mic were brought to market. And of course, I have to mention their X line of mics. Yes, the SE-X line of mics, giggity. The company would be passed down to Siwei's daughter Ling in 2008, allowing him to travel for new projects and speaking to students as a lecturer. The company is still going strong more than 20 years after its humble beginnings and is still as dedicated to quality today as they were back then. And now to today's subject, the BL8, SE's first boundary style microphone. Incorporating some features found on their V-Kick mic, the BL8 is somewhat compact design with a half-inch true condenser cardioid capsule, a transformerless Class A circuit with low noise, and it captures a broad frequency band claiming a full 20 to 20K range. Its sleek, sexy black and red color scheme looks kind of like the cockpit canopy from a snowspeeder from Empire Strikes Back. For fans of the Kelly shoe system, this mic is compatible with it, and check this out. If you own the SE8 Omni capsule, you can swap capsules in here to make the BL8 omnidirectional and at the same time make your SE8 Omni a cardioid. It's kind of cool. And this thing is heavy. It weighs in at 1¼ pounds or 570 grams. The spec sheet claims it's 538 grams, but I measured mine on my kitchen scale that's solely used to measure cooking ingredients and not microphones ever or anything else. So this probably won't be sliding around very easily in the drum. Before I called it somewhat compact, well, put next to the Audio-Technica Pro 44, this thing looks huge. 5.47 inches long, 3.74 inches wide, and this thick boy comes in at 1.12 inches high. It's all solid metal construction with a full-size XLR connector on the back and a grippy rubber bottom to ensure that this thing stays put, as if the weight wasn't earthy enough. Let's take a look at what comes in the box real quick. All right, so let's take a look what's in the box here. First of all, the artwork on the box is very nice. And inside the box, we find the instruction manual, multiple languages. There is a carrying case in red and black, very nice. And a couple of stickers that we could send to Bandrew for his birthday. And again, the inside of the box, very well constructed. Kind of overkill if you ask me, but some more artwork on the bottom there. And finally get the mic out. And that's what's in the box here. The mic has a set of three-way switches on the bottom featuring a low cut at 80 Hz, 160 Hz, or flat. There's also a pad with a -10, -20, and 0 dB option, and a character switch as found on the V-Kick for classic, modern, and flat. The Classic provides the mic with a mid-scoop between 100 and around 5K, with its deepest point around 750 Hz, all the way down to -10 dB. The Modern is similar, except the scoop reaches way down to about -15 dB. That's like Audix D6 territory, so I can't really wait to hear this thing. We've used a couple of Boundary mics in the studio over the years, but honestly, nothing really ever blew me away, and I've relegated their duty to talkback mics in the control rooms for the most part. Let's take this into the studio and put it in the kick, and then put it up in the studio room as a room mic and see how the mic performs on upright bass as well. Let's get to it. So what were your thoughts on this mic? Has SE Electronics got a winner on their hands, or this should not do it for you? Anything else you want to hear this mic on? As I said earlier, I don't normally use a Boundary mic in the studio, so any cool tips or suggestions on other uses for it, that would be great. Love to hear them. I do have two grievances to air with this mic. While having the switches on the mic is a really nice touch, they're not really able to be switched without the aid of some kind of pointy tool like a pen, toothpick, or a small screwdriver. Having the switches recessed probably ensures that the switches won't accidentally be changed while in use, but the switches are quite rigid, and a little bump out would help them be operated by finger would have been really nice. If the switch is in the middle position, you can kind of get in there with a fingernail to move it up or down, but once it's in the top or bottom position, it just really isn't enough room for my fat bass player fingers to get in there. Secondly, since this is a cardioid pattern and the capsule is facing forward, as many of these types of mics are, hanging this on a wall as a room mic is either going to be capturing the floor, ceiling, or wall depending on how you mount it. Since our piano's in the same room as the drum set here, I was able to just put it on the piano with the lid closed and point it towards the drum kit. I did also put it on the wall and see how that kind of sounds, but honestly, if you're looking to permanently mount this thing, perhaps looking at that Omni capsule is a better option. We're going to be putting this mic up in our upcoming kick mic shootout with about 11 other kick drum mics. Be sure to check that out when it drops. It's going to be a long video, but please leave me some notes in the comments. Let's talk about it, see what you guys are looking for. As always, if you've gotten anything from today's video, please hit that like and subscribe button. It'll really help us out. If you're interested in studio mics and other things audio related, hit that notify button so you'll be notified when we put up a new video. If you have any suggestions for a video or any questions regarding this one, again, please use that comment section or send us a message through our website. I'd really love to hear from you. Well, that's it for this time. This is Pags, signing off.